you sort of think about both teams now. They've a couple of players have moved on. There's no Kohli, there's no Rohit Sharma, there's no Jadeja, and there's talk on the town as well that Babar Azam's not going to get an opportunity through Pakistan. There's a bit of conjecture around his strike rate. Rizwan as well might be left out. So that's what I'm hearing. That's what people are saying on the ground over here. Look, when you think about the great players that have played the game, and also too, I actually want to point out, and it's great that it's on KO as well. Like a lot of people that will be focusing in from Australia, when they talk about the Asia Cup, they always think about the 50-over format. This is the T20 format. This has only been the third occasion it'll be played over here in this format, T20 format. 2016, India won. 2022, Sri Lanka took out the title. But there's been a lot of Asia Cup series played, but more so the longer format of the game. So I'm looking forward to seeing how these young players coming through can dominate on this shorter format, because playing 50-over cricket in this heat would be pretty damn tough.
I don't doubt that at all. In fact, you can have that, and even commentating, I'm hoping you've got some air conditioning over there. But it's a new look India, isn't it? You touched on some of the players that are out. No Kohli. It's inconceivable if you've watched white ball cricket. No Sharma. No Jadeja. Captained by Yadav. You've got Shubman Gill, Jasprit Bumrah. They are in the team. But there's a lot of newcomers as well. What do we expect from India in the next generation of cricketers? They performed so exceptionally well against England in the Tests. We saw some newcomers there and a fantastic without some of the champions. They've been dominant in white ball cricket in the past. What can we expect from them in the next little while as they, I suppose, continue to evolve?
Yeah, well, with those big dogs moving away and hanging up their T20 format and looking for bigger and better things, and it all happens. We'd love all these heroes of the game that play for as long as possible, but it's not the case. But then what it does do, it opens up a lot of different doors to these younger players coming through. The captain, as you mentioned, Suryakumar Yadav, who I think is going to be a great leader, has already shown a lot of class, has already shown, in different formats as well, how he can step up and not be overawed by the situation. Even when it comes to a bit of on-field stuff, has actually stood his ground, which I love about that. And I love that, a young captain, only in the early stages of his captaincy career, is actually, laying down the law. So he's built a nice team around him. A couple of young spinners coming in, a couple of older spinners that will play a role. But then, you think of the Hardik Pandyas of the world, that those genuine all-rounders that need to step up, that have had success in the past, but this is their time to shine now. So, it is a new look India. It's a new look with a few more people on the bus sitting in different spots. That's my best analogy, or the best way to explain it. So, look, the squad hasn't changed a lot, but there will be some younger guys in a different position. One's got a captaincy next to his name that will have an opportunity to stand up and be that next generation coming through.
Pakistan's had a couple of successes in Asian games, Asian Cups through the year. On different ODI to T20. Captained by Salman Aliagar. You're right in terms of I don't think that Babar Azam will be there. In fact, I'm almost certain he won't be there, nor will Rizwan. But they are coming in off a big win over Afghanistan in the recent tri-series, I suppose, competition. They got up by 75 runs in their most recent outing against Afghanistan. So they come in with some form.
Yeah, they definitely do. And I'm sort of reading up because I haven't actually watched them as much as I've been focusing on the Indian team, watching them live and watching obviously what they've done. But I know that through reading the stats and through reading what Pakistan have done, they are coming in as a hot contender. If you look back to Asia Cup 50-over format, I think India have won 8. I think Pakistan have won 2. Does that spill over then to what we're thinking about the T20 format? I think it definitely plays a role in these big tournaments. But the thing with Pakistan, they have to make sure that they get off to a great start. And I think that's a reason why Coach Hesson has gone, look, I actually want some explosive power at the top. I don't want to have a guy that plays the anchor role. This is T20 cricket now. Babar Azam, how good he is. Rizwan, how sort of good he is at the top. That's more of a 50-over play from what he's saying and what I'm reading. They want some young players. I don't know who's going to be at the top. I don't know who they're going to go, and they've definitely got some great options. But whichever team that they put on the park first up, and the first top 4 is the explosive top 4. They have to come out India or come at India super hard in that first 6 overs. But they've got the big left arm quick to bring it home, bowl those perfect Yorkers in Afridi.
Now we know I suppose the history and the tension between the two nations. When you get to tournaments like this, it's a rarity that we see them play against each other. Does it add a level of anticipation and the excitement, mindful that we just don't get to see them that often against each other?
Yeah, look, and if you ask the players, they just want to play cricket. They just want to have some fun. They're out there as athletes. They want to every opportunity to play against every nation is so important. For us, imagine saying for us we can't play against England, and I know that the circumstances are different, and I'm not in their shoes. I'm not going to even try to go down that path to what they've both been through with different countries. But if you look purely from a cricketing point of view, they just want to express themselves as athletes. So I'm really glad the Asia Cup's been put on. I'm glad that both teams have agreed to play against each other, because at the end of the day, as I keep saying, they want to go out there and there won't be any love lost when they walk in the field. But what I can promise you is off the field, they'll be shaking hands, they'll be hugging each other. The respect's there for each other, and that's all that counts about cricket.
Well, look, we're going to put you on the spot. The Asia Cup coming up. This is a bit tricky because there's only been a couple of T20 sort of Asia Cups. So very small sample size from who to pick with. But you've gone through a 12. And let's just talk about a couple of names. Rahul, Babar, who amazingly is not going to this one. I'd love to get your reaction on that. Babar not being in this World Cup. Asia Cup coming up.
Yep.
You've got Dhoni, Jayawadeen, obviously Jasper Brummer, what a player. Angelo Matthews, he was a legend. Shahid Afridi, what a superstar he was. So some great players throughout the Asian countries to choose from. But you've agonisingly brought it down to 12. Who have you got among the 12, among those great players?
I've actually got a squad of about 20, I have. I'll try my best to, might end up with 10 or 11 or maybe 12 or 13. But look, I think at the top of the order, you have to look at who's dominated in Asia Cup, and we're talking T20. You mentioned rightly off the top there that there's only been 2 series back in 2016, 2022. Kohli, leading run scorer, Rohit Sharma, they have to open the batting. And I know this might look like it's a Indian-dominated 12, but you just got to go where the stats lie. Stats don't lie, I should say. So Kohli, Rohit Sharma at the top. Now, Mohammad Rizwan, I think, should definitely get an opportunity to be in that all-time T20 team because of what he's achieved. Now, the conjecture is over here that he's not going to play in this series, which is surprising to me. Babar and Mohammad Rizwan are saying they're going to be left out because their strike rate isn't what coach Mike Hesson wants. So they're going to go with 2 other young Pakistan players. But he makes my all-time T20 Asia 11. He's a strange one for you. A lot of people won't know this name. Babar Hayat. He's from Hong Kong. Now, if you look at his stats, he should be up there. He should be in the team. And you know what? We always love to see a Hong Kong player to come in. Get him in there. So we keep saying, get him in. Well, who misses out? We'll get there in a second. MS Dhoni, of course. This is not a batting order. He picks himself. Mohammad Naveed, of course. Amjad Javed, who is from the UAE. He's a right-arm fast bowler and a right-hand batsman. He's got some good stats. He's featured well both the bat and the ball. He's good in the field as well. So he, in my opinion, would get an opportunity. Then you talk about the Hardik Pandyas of the world. Hasaranga has done well. He does well in all formats of the game. Haris Rauf, he's got the pace and bowls at the death. Rashid Khan and Jasper Bumrah. Now, that would be a sort of a squad that I would like to pick. Did I pick Babar Azam in that? Well, I didn't, but you could easily put him in. There are, as I said, 15, 16 players you could put in, but that's sort of where I got to. It's more of a stats-driven pack over the last 2 series that we've seen. But I'm looking forward, and what we should probably do is actually pick an Asian 11 again after this next series, because you got to see a few of these players pop up, and you'll see some young players come in as well.